All right, Mitch, you're taking over.
Yeah.
So you have a full array of options vehicle-wise.
Good. Well, this is my tank. All right. How do I change my view?
I don't know. Or on gamepad, it's I think pushing it up.
Yeah, right thumbstick. I always have to drive in first person, which I know is heresy in a Battlefield game, but wow, man, that guy's betaing all over the place.
Driving in first person is.
Yeah, well, in third person I know is heresy.
Third person.
But
Well, I mean, in hardcore you
move
can't
it.
do it. But it's really helpful for making sure people don't come up behind you and see for you.
This
guy
is
needs
taking
to
his
move.
time. Get out of the way. I got places to be.
Jerk.
I'm gonna just start destroying all of this right away.
Naturally. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I feel like the destructibility has come up quite a bit over Battlefield 3, but not quite to the proportions of Bad Company 2. Aside from like the main like evolution tower, you can't bring down other buildings in the same way.
Yeah, and there are things in the environment like this. I'm pretty sure you can tear to pieces.
Yeah.
But main buildings like this are going to be invulnerable to your attacks.
Although
that is water. Don't go in there.
Well, thanks for swim, right?
Now,
Yeah, I think so.
Al Jones 415 asks, have they improved the collision detection from Battlefield 3? Like getting stuck trying to jump over objects.
I've
Kinda. I mean, I definitely still do that, but I always attributed that to me as being terrible.
you're wedged between.
I know, this
right
dude
now.
needs to sort it out.
What are you doing? Anyway, it's weird because yes, it feels like some of it has kind of improved, but then there's way more things to get caught up on.
Yeah.
Like especially once that building comes down. Actually, if you could go up to the top of the building to kind of show that off.
Yeah. I'll just take my tank up there if that's
I think
okay.
people are hit there already. Quick.
Yeah, they are.
Or do you want to show them the building coming down?
I wonder if we can get a good view of it from here.
Yeah, you probably could if you can stay alive.
Yeah.
The tanks obviously deal a lot more damage. Like rocket launcher, which you have to use several of.
That one's done.
Calm down.
That one's
This
done.
thing's going down fast. Yeah, I think both teams are hitting
we're
the
hammering
tower.
this thing.
Oh, come on!
This guy, man. This tank driver. My nemesis. Recharging my shell. 1 moment, please.
Yeah, the other tank's hitting it from the
Oh,
other.
no!
When you were
Time to be out.
mobilized.
Oh, you gotta stay there and wait for it.
Is it happening? Is it happening?
No. I just think there's one more hit. Oh, there it goes.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, look out! Anybody on top?
Oh, okay. Got what I deserved there.
Oh.
Should have been ready for that.
Oh, man.
Man. All right, that was rough. We're going to go with support again.
Andrew asks, can you quickscope in Battlefield 4?
Oh, probably. I can't. Certainly.
Well, I feel like the magnetism of the auto aim is a little less so than other.
What's going on with this door?
shooters.
Am I trapped forever?
Make your own doorways.
I'm trying.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
I'm still stuck.
Oh no.
I'm free.
To your right.
Where?
Behind you.
What's happening?
So yeah, I feel like for quick scoping, it's less of a thing in Battlefield. Like your scope doesn't naturally gravitate to a player in the same way as a lot of other different shooters. So it's kind of like the detail of like just the random lights and signs and stuff that are going on. Shoot it out.
That big billboard?
Yeah, I wonder if you could like stop.
Got it out.
Oh yeah, sort
I
of.
guess
Did
so.
you knock out a panel of it?
Yeah.
Get it again?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Oh, right trigger is horn, not go.
Yeah, you gotta, the current mapping is like you push forward
Left
on the
stick, yeah.
stick. Oh, and this is the other thing, is you can trigger these gates that are across the bridge to prevent vehicles from coming over, because obviously it works so well just now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another element of the kind of the dynamic maps, is that you can raise blockades and stuff.
I don't abide by the rules of the road.
Nope.
Knock it off.
Nope. You're getting hit with a attack chopper.
It's fine.
To safety. I think it's in here somewhere you can knock out the lights in one of these.
Yeah, not really helping.
Maybe it's
Mannequins are freaking me out.
Yeah. One of the underground structures, maybe? I don't know. Get him!
Where'd he go?
Glasses are enemies.
Mitch, the tipsy freelancer,
Yeah.
sounds like he could work for IGN.
Yeah.
Does the controller vibrate when receiving damage?
Oh, yes.
Quite a bit. We've disabled it so it doesn't rumble on the table, but
Yeah.
it rumbles through significantly. I'm curious to see how on Xbox One, specifically, the rumble triggers are
Yeah, me too.
integrated. I haven't yet to see like a really, like a
Come on,
specifically a shooter that you can just,
Well, to answer that earlier question about getting hung up on geometry, yes. Yeah, I'm curious to see how a lot of people handle those triggers,
I
right?
haven't seen anything specifically with regards to a shooter yet.
No. I've only played Forza and had that kind of feedback.
Yeah, which I think there's a lot of potential for shooters, like the kick of a single shot sniper rifle versus a full size LMG. Get him! Get him!
Damn you!
Robbed you of it. It's kind of cool. There's this bridge on top, but you can also go underneath,
Yeah.
which is kind of awesome.
Sneak underneath.
Yeah.
Okay, will it let us go all the way? Yeah,
Yeah,
it will.
that's
Awesome.
Yeah. There's a lot more like dynamic ways to approach every bit of the map, which
Yeah.
I like. Again, it's just like incredible detail.
Got Clayton Bernard has a question.
Sure.
This is all you.
All me.
Would I be able to play Battlefield 4 on an i7 4770K without a GPU?
Without a GPU?
No.
No.
No. This is definitely something you need a discrete graphics card for. Even if you have like the most recent Haswell processors, like it's. I mean, I don't want to say definitively. Like maybe you could scale it way back, resolution down, take all like basically the lowest graphics settings.
How do you
maybe.
just not have a GPU?
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe he's running like a netbook or something. I don't know. But yeah, this is a totally decked out 16 gigs of RAM, GTX 780 M rather, and then a quad-core Intel Core i7 Haswell processor. So like, this is like the top of the line you can get pretty much for a gaming laptop, and it's unless you get into like the SLI territory. Yeah, so this is, oh, there you go.
Finally.
Got it.
My life has meaning again.
So yeah, I don't think it can do integrated graphics. But, you know, if you find out, let us know. I can try it out on my MacBook Air later.
I would love to see that.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Nick asks, how next gen does Battlefield 4 feel?
It sure feels like a Battlefield game.
Yeah, I mean, that's the trouble. I mean, we're playing PC. I haven't personally tried the current gen console version, which I mean,
Oh my god.
As compelling.
Why can't I get over this ledge?
You did play on PS4, right?
I did.
And you were less than
So
impressed with the graphics?
Yeah. So at Gamescom they showed Parcel
Storm?
Parcel Storm, which is a island map, and it was the first one they showed outside of Siege of Shanghai, and it was the first demo with the PS4, which was really of interest, obviously.
What is this dude doing?
And honestly, I think it was in a state that that chopper is.
All right.
Basically, I think the game was showed a little too early on PS4. I
Right.
think it wasn't ready to be shown, but obviously it is. There's a lot of things wanted to involved and see it. So, I mean, my experience there was not very compelling. I thought it looked very, very smooth in terms of the graphical advancements. But from what I understand, the demos at Tokyo Game Show were a lot more compelling.
Reassuring.
And so obviously a lot of this stuff kind of comes in last minute, especially when you're platform like the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. So I don't know. The jury's still out. I'm really hoping to get some more time with the next gen versions and see how it compares. Overall, I like some of the stuff they're doing with Frostbite 3 and obviously the destructibility. Mm-hmm. The water looks great. Oh, there he is. Get him. Oh. You guys can see your kill.
Really? Really? Come on! All right, touche.
Attack
the
chopper.
helicopter guys, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, Yeah, between the graphic increases on next gen as well as again the impulse trigger stuff, and then obviously
And the Levolution. Levolution.
You set yourself up for that one. Yeah, I'm curious to see how all of that comes together, and then of course like the social elements, the second screen experiences. I think the mobile apps. I don't know if they've confirmed that they'll be available day one, but if they are, I'll be very excited because I commute from the office and it'd be pretty good just to sit on the train and help ongoing games out by providing recon and launching missiles down on people.
It's typically very hard to get into like a commander seat. So I'm curious, will it prioritize people using mobile?
I don't know. So there's one spot per team, and it's in addition to the 64 players in the match. So technically there's 66 players if you count commanders. And then someone actually just tweeted at me saying that DICE has confirmed the commander mode is working, but it's only being occupied by DICE employees.
Okay, so I thought I saw a drone earlier on.
Yeah, so I do remember seeing like a waypoint and some missiles going out. So for whatever reason, it's not open to the public yet. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how the mobile experience is, and obviously get more information about whether it's iOS exclusive for a little while, if it'll be available on both platforms at launch. Maybe that information is out there. I just haven't seen it personally yet.
Want to take over, Scott?
Sure.
Yeah, you do.
Question from Justin Ryan. Are you still able to collapse streets from underneath like in the E3 demo?
We haven't
yes.
seen any of that
There
just
is
yet, but
certain areas. It's not like everywhere, but there are ways you can do that. I think on the other side of this map, there's like an underground garage that you can go into.
I like it.
Rows down.
Look at that.
So yeah, you can do that. I think it's in this parking garage over by, I think, A objective, or maybe it's B. And so yeah, you can shoot out the pillars that are underneath that are supporting it, and that will collapse the structure. Let me see if I can head over there and show you guys that.
It'll make some magic.
Oh.
It's sad that it's all very heavily relegated to specific points, right? Like it's not the dynamic thing we want from a next-gen Battlefield game. I'm sure that when it's next-gen only, we will see something from that degree.
Although to be fair, I mean that there's just very few like underground kind of areas. Like this.
Right, but
I
you
mean,
should. I'm curious here. Could you plant C4 on this and take it down?
Yeah.
Like maybe on these.
Yeah. Doesn't do anything. Yeah. It'd be cool if you could just take out this bridge entirely. Although obviously
Yeah.
that would add a lot of trouble for trying to get over in vehicles. It would basically eliminate the ability to go to the other side.
Which I think is awesome. That would be great.
Yeah.
That's true, Damon.
I think this was it in the demo. I can't. Well, yeah, I think it was right underneath here somewhere.
Is this place always blown out, or did we just miss it every time somebody makes a mess? Yeah, this is a museum. Maybe down here.
Someone already did it.
Oh, okay. Yep, they sure did.
Yeah, these structures, I think they blew out these pillars. That's how they got this.
Huh. So is there only one spot, or is that just the one we know of?
Maybe go on the other side. Let me check. I am a non-contributing jerk right now.
That's fine. You're making magic for the people.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it. Nope. What a bunch of empty space with
Missed opportunity.
nothing to break.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fine, Scott. They moved for you.
Al Banks asks, are the animations better than Battlefield 3?
Yeah, they seem similar.
Yeah, I mean the mantling animations seem very similar. Aside from like the option to counter knife somebody,
Yeah.
I don't really think there's much.
It still looks really good.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time we saw people moving in BF3, and they said it was the FIFA engine. Man, it just made people look like they were running. Like that's how people move. That's crazy. It still applies here.
Oh god.
This tank driver. I'm assuming it's the same.
Oh yeah, we're just
Idiot.
He should have his license revoked.
Oh
great.
yeah. No Battlefield license.
This is the most important question we've gotten this entire stream.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
It comes from Michael.
Okay.
Can we ask Scott for the story behind his username, Scott Eats Kids?
Yeah.
What you're doing right now, by the way, I'm a big fan.
Just burning the tank.
See, I wish I had a good story for that. I just was blanking on a username one day, and I was like, why not?
Eating kids.
Yeah.
That's
It's
your
memorable.
go-to.
Yeah.
That's where your mind goes to.
It's really memorable. Like when people ask me, like, what's your username, blah, 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 like I can just say that and I won't have to say, like, well, number, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Like it's really
How
simple.
do you spell that? Scott
Yeah.
Eats Kids.
Yeah. Although I'm hoping with, the push for, like, specifically on the before the move to, like, real names and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can become Mr. Eats Kids.
Oh.
Yeah. That was an
Dr.
amazing
Eats
mantle.
Kids.
My bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't go to medical school for nothing.
And all that time and money.
No, I thought he was friendly.
Yeah,
Squad spawn.
Oh! Relishing my kill.
Like you do.
Yeah.
Michael, I'll send you a 360 code for the Battlefield 4 beta for your excellent question.
How many codes we got left? Quite a
3
few.
left
We're
now.
down to the last few.
Yeah.
Somebody's tagged. Whatever this vehicle is. I obviously have an RPG. So
Yeah.
Or is it guided?
This is not a guided RPG.
Weird. It kind of zeroed in though.
Maybe you needed longer lock on. I'm not sure.
Question from Pete, for both of you.
Okay.
What do you like most and least about the Battlefield 4 beta?
What we're looking at right here is probably my least favorite. It's how everything's just
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
it
that's-
looks like an incomplete level because it happens to look realistic, like it's covered in dust.
Yeah, like there's a fundamental lack of variety. I mean, it's a nitpicky detail, right?
Yeah.
Like,
And it is only one map that we've got,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
and it's a work in progress. So obviously, I think they're a little heavy-handed on the dust effect, specifically on
Yeah,
the
I
map,
agree.
which is fair. I mean, in realistic, it's just
I'm still also really down on the destruction. There is more, I think, than there was in BF3, but it's not to the level of Bad Company 2, where you're constantly tearing down buildings. I mean, you obviously have the big one that you can tear down, but it's not. You're not gonna see a house. You're not gonna tear that down. You're not gonna crush people inside. You're not gonna be basically changing the layout of the map by the end of the game.
I'm conflicted about it, honestly. Like, I don't know if I would prefer more destruction or the capacity or the variety in like
Sure.
environments. Like, I think
And you do need that trade-off.
Yeah, like you can't have both. At least not within the confines of even next gen.
Yeah.
I think there's. I really enjoy how many different types of buildings there are. How many you can go into.
The level designs are really complex.
Yeah.
Like you can jump in and out of different buildings, and they have multiple layers, whether that's way up, 15 stories, or underground 2 levels. There's lots of winding paths, breakable doors, all that kind of stuff that just kind of makes you have to be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, and this is without question like the most elaborate like multiplayer urban landscape I've ever played in a game. Like you can do so many different things. You can go to so many different places.
We've been playing for an hour and a half in the same map, and I'm like, wait, where are we? Because I'm learning.
Yeah.
Where things are. Wow,
my God.
What's up, dudes?
I really need an
They got
LMG right
obliterated.
there. Yeah, that would have been.
So did you guys say what you like most?
Oh,
I really do like the level design
Yeah.
of this one in particular. I'm curious to see more and see how they stack up. I really want to see a map with jets, just to see how they handle space, because that was a problem with Battlefield 3, was any map with space to accommodate a jet did not necessarily accommodate infantry. And I really do want to see how they handle that in Battlefield 4.
yeah. Yeah, we haven't seen much of the jets, actually. I personally haven't, at least.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see how those have evolved a little bit.
Yeah.
They were always kind of resistant to, or not very intuitive for someone who's jumping in, because you don't start with any lock-on missiles. You get pure machine gun capacity as a novice when you played in Battlefield 3 at least. So in order to get the like heat-seeking missiles and stuff, like you'd have to play quite a bit, and it was kind of adversarial.
Yeah, it is. Nice. What I do like most, I think, and this is like a really cop-out answer, is just Battlefield has this special blend that really connects with me. I really love the combination of giant spaces, lots of different vehicles, different class types, all these different variables that play into a multiplayer match that it is what every developer wants, right? It's the experience that is different every single time. And Battlefield 4 continues to do that effectively. And in that respect, it's still great.
Yeah, I think that's a huge deal.
What is that, by the way? That little red icon. I've seen them
I'm
around.
gonna shoot it.
Yeah, get out of here. It's bleeding.
Weird, yeah.
Beta.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I love Battlefield for that reason because like other shooters I'll play and I'll like be upset because I'm not doing well or I'm playing kind of competitively.
Yeah.
Whereas this, I'm like, we could be losing right now, and I couldn't care less. Like, I care less. I was like, we're running around blowing stuff up. Like, I get the occasional kill. Like, that's fine. Like that.
Yeah.
But I also can play really competitively and with a team and get great squad going. Like, it really appeals to both styles of play. Which
The squad system remains one of my favorite things about the series. Bad Company perfected that, and bringing that into a bigger scale, I think, means a lot. Having a reliable group of people that you can spawn onto and keep with you at all times and be in constant contact with, that goes a long way in a multiplayer game.
Yeah. And I also, I would like to see how they've improved matchmaking with squads. Like, it was a total disaster in Battlefield 3. Like, just trying to get, like, a group going and, being on the same team and, like, keeping your squad intact. Like, it seems like there's far more squads, available to you. But I'm curious to see how the actual process of like getting a group of like friendsless players.
Maurice has a very specific question. Do you lose ammo when you change mags that still have rounds in them?
Let's find out.
That.
Fire away. 44. What's math there? No, still at 44.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's.
There you go.
That's a pretty common.
That's a really hardcore question. Yeah. Yo, do I lose the bullets in my magazine when I reload?
And you stressed my math brain there.
Yeah. We had to put our powers together to, and we might be wrong, we might be right. I don't know.
Wrong, yeah.
I also love that you switched to the pistol, which has smaller numbers, so that we could potentially do the math
I didn't
correctly.
do that consciously, but
you're like 64 and 14. I don't know. New gun. What's got fewer bullets?
I guess that guy looked around to see if there was somebody around me.
Maybe.
This chopper is
Chopper's
spiraling
spawn.
out of control. I'm gonna jump in it for that reason.
You got this.
Flying is way up.
Oh man, yeah. This is great. You can parachute anywhere you want to.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think there was actually a question over Twitter about how the dynamics of the parachute. Well, I think this one. So far, it feels exactly the same.
Yeah, you'll still get hung up if you try to turn too quickly. That was awesome. Really wish you got the kill. Knife.
Oof. Oh god! I only had one bullet left in my LMG.
Here's one of my favorite questions we've gotten from Jester Slayer. Will the campaign be greater like the online of the game with all of its super fun stuff?
Gonna go ahead and say maybe.
Interpret the question as you will.
I mean, super fun stuff.
Will the cool stuff from the multiplayer carry over into the campaign? I highly doubt that. I don't think you'll see a lot of really... See, here's my thing about the Battlefield campaign, especially in Battlefield 3 and what we've seen in Battlefield 4. There was no dynamism. Everything about Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3 multiplayer that makes it great is reliant on the kind of emergent stuff that you don't expect, the crazy stuff that happens as a result of the systems, not because it's an authored thing. And the campaign took that away in Battlefield 3. And what we've seen in Battlefield 4, it is the same thing, where it is go forward, shoot these guys, grab this gun, get in this truck, that kind of thing. And I am really not into that kind of playstyle. Firing blindly.
I have a very low range weapon right now, so this is useless, but I'm gonna
Just carving yourself a path.
I can capture from up here.
That would be great. Get your shoot hung up there.
If anyone shoots out this,
Like that? That was great. Yeah.
Now Jeremiah Doyle asks, what is new for the Recon class? You guys know?
we
The
haven't
mortar
unlocked
is
a lot.
gone.
Let me see. So that was from Bad Company 2, though.
The mortar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it was an option in Battlefield 3.
Really?
Got motion
I don't know.
sensors.
Bad Company 2 is just seared into my brain.
Yeah.
'Cause
Motion
it's
sensors,
perfect.
C4. I mean, this is the beta, so there could be more.
Yeah.
Bayonet, field upgrades. Yeah, nothing seems to be particularly new. I mean, obviously the range of weapons are probably a little different. Not seeing a ton equipment-wise.
The major changes came in BF3 when they kind of changed the way the classes function as a whole, whereas now it seems to be a lot of minor changes to the kind of things they can use.
Yeah.